of mocking me a little bit, and I thought it was hilarious. He did these really funny facial expressions, like picked his nose, stuff like that. It was pretty amusing. I enjoyed it a lot. And then after that, he did some very dark videos, some videos probably about himself as a human being. And to be honest, my interest in Brett Keane was kind of waning. It seemed like he'd done everything that I expected him to. It seemed like he'd really run his course, as people often do. I'm always afraid of running my course, by the way. Maybe this is a sign that I have run my course. When I start doing hour-long videos, that may be a sign that I have run my course, I guess. But let's just assume it's not a sign I've run my course. I'm always afraid that I will. No one will watch this anyway, so no one will say, he's run his course, because no one will even get this far in this video. If you're still watching, it's amazing. I don't think anyone's still watching right now. I think I'm talking to myself. I could reveal the most intimate details of my life and no one would know. But I won't, because there's always the chance that there's that one person watching. Anyway, Brett Keane did some very dark videos, stuff about his mom and stuff. The thing I've noticed about Brett Keane, though, is his timeline doesn't really add up. I've noticed that certain stories he tells seem to contradict the timeline of other videos, but I don't think he's lying. I think that we all just remember our lives in a fucking jumble, and we make sense of it later on as we tell the stories. I'm sure that everything he said happened. I don't doubt him. And even if he's lying, I'm sure that there's a good reason for it. Sometimes we tell lies to justify to ourselves our actions that we take. I know I do from time to time. I used to tell people that I was raped when I was 8 years old because it gave me sort of a justification for being fucked up in so many ways. And of course I was never raped. I never had any sort of really dark things happen to me as a young child. So I don't know. But it helped explain things to people. It was a way of explaining to people that I was fucked up without just having to say I'm fucked up and then justifying it to people. I would just make up a story. It was a way of telling truth through telling a lie. And the truth was always received as it was meant to be received. So I can't justify anything that's wrong with me. There's nothing that happened to me to make me that way. Of course, there's bad things that happen to me. Bad things that happen to everyone. They don't make us. We make ourselves. And there's, of course, a lot of genetics involved and what we were given to start with, of course. But who knows? I guess. When I was 12, my dad went to prison. That was a pretty hard time. To prison, not for committing any real crime, to prison for tax evasion, the thing they get everyone that they can't get on anything on. That's what they finally got Gotti on. Finally got Scarface on. Not Scarface, not Al Pacino Scarface, not say hello to my little friend, not that Scarface, the Al Capone Scarface. He was got on tax evasion and conspiracy. They get them on conspiracy too, the two most bullshit charges you can bring against somebody when you can't pin anything else on them. So he went to prison for 3.5 years, went from living a life of pretty much of luxury, was living in a mansion on the river with jet skis and a party barge, had all the gaming systems, all the games, Dad, you'd go to Dad and you'd be like, can I have some money for this or that? And he'd give you like $300 on the spot and just say, yeah, have fun. Do whatever you want. And went from that to about a year later living in, poverty, because he was in jail, my mom and my stepdad couldn't provide worth a shit. Not for lack of trying, they just don't know how. Financially, anyway. Shouldn't have said that. My mom does watch these videos. But hell, I'm going to be honest. They didn't know how to do that. It's the fucking truth. I'm the one that had to suffer for it. I'm the one that had to wear the same shitty-ass clothes day in and day out because they couldn't provide properly. Because they, well, not both of them, but because my stepdad was more interested in buying, his crystal meth and his marijuana and his fucking cigarettes than paying the fucking rent. Couldn't hold a fucking job worth of shit. That's just how it goes sometimes, though. I can't fault him for it. I'm just as big a fuck up. So are most people. We do the best we fucking can. I guess that's just life, We're all fucking broken. Every last one of us. And that's why religion is so appealing to people, I guess. I didn't want to talk about religion, but if we're talking about people being broken, religion is the next natural step of that conversation. That's why people love religion, because religion claims to have the glue that'll fix you up, but they don't fix you. They just take your little broken pieces and mold you and put you back together in whatever shape they like. And it always seems to be a shape that will spew money into their pockets, strangely enough. But we're all broken, and we can't just glue ourselves back together. We have to work towards a day when we're not broken. We have to put effort into that. But effort is so hard. I try to make an effort, but I can't. Try so hard to try so hard. But no matter what I do, it's like my obesity. I'm not morbidly obese, as some people claim. Morbid obesity is when you're 500, 600, 700 pounds. But I am fat. I know that. It's not an argument against what I say, as some people seem to try to make it. But I am a fat guy, and I don't want to be. I'd like to have a nice body, and I know the things I could do to do that. I have to give up drinking soft drinks and eating fucking candy and living on fucking junk food, eating fucking fast food all the time. Have to stop sitting on my lazy fucking ass all day. Start getting out there jogging and lifting weights and stuff like that. I know that's what I have to do. That's the lifestyle I have to have if I want a better body. And there's always moments where it seems so worth it, but in the long run, I guess I just prefer the lifestyle of eating whatever the fuck I want and not doing shit. And I'm willing to pay the price of being a big fat-ass motherfucker. Even if it does mean that people will use that against me. If they didn't use that against me, they'd use something else, Something superficial. My arguments are beyond reproach for the most part. Not to say I've never been challenged before, I have. A lot of people challenge me in meaningful ways, but for the most part, it's just such superficial surface bullshit. It's just petty, cruel, mean shit. And really, do I deserve any better than that? Am I any kinder to them? Probably not. But I'm not hurt by their insults for the most part. And I guess that they're probably not hurt by mine for the most part, because we just don't value each other's opinions. But it's really not a very progressive stance to take on either side. I know that I'm not changing anyone's mind with my fucking videos. I'm just preaching to the choir, and the choir is saying, "Good dog, we like you, you's good." Then these people come on here and they say the stupidest things, the simplest, stupidest refutations of all time. They'll come on my videos and they'll say, "You're wrong." I'll say, Christianity is bad because A, B, C, D, E, etc. And they'll say, "No, Christianity is good." No refutation beyond that. It's always just, they just state the exact opposite of whatever my case is and leave it at that.